Have you ever stopped to think about the tiny creatures crawling beneath your feet? Ants, they are everywhere. In the soil, on trees, even inside our homes. But most people never realize just how strange, powerful, and organized these little insects really are. Today, let's explore the mysterious world of ants, a world that might change the way you look at nature forever. There are more than 12,000 known species of ants on our planet, and scientists believe there could be twice as many still undiscovered. From deserts to rainforests, from city sidewalks to frozen tundra, ants have adapted to almost every environment on Earth. No matter where you are right now, chances are there's an ant not too far away. One of the most shocking facts is this. If you combine the weight of every single ant on Earth, their total mass would be almost equal to that of all humans combined. Imagine that for a moment. Billions of tiny ants together, balancing out the weight of humanity itself. They are much smaller than us, but in numbers, they rival our entire species. Ants are also incredibly strong. A single ant can lift and carry objects 50 times heavier than its own body. Imagine if a human had that same ability. We could lift cars, even small trucks, with ease. For ants, this is normal everyday behavior. Their strength comes from their small size and unique muscle structure, which allows them to handle enormous loads compared to their weight. But ants are not just strong, they are also some of the most organized creatures in the natural world. Ant colonies are like cities, filled with tunnels, chambers, roads, and even storage areas. Some colonies house hundreds of thousands, even millions, of ants working together in perfect harmony. And unlike humans, ants don't need traffic lights, laws, or governments to keep things running. Their coordination is instinctive and flawless. In fact, scientists call an ant colony a superorganism. That's because each individual ant behaves like a single cell in a much larger body. No one ant can survive on its own for long, but together, the colony functions like a single living entity, with workers, soldiers, farmers, and, of course, the queen. The queen is the heart of the colony. In some species, a queen ant can live for decades and produce millions of offspring. Her only job is to lay eggs while the workers do everything else, building tunnels, collecting food, and protecting the nest. Without the queen, the entire colony would eventually collapse. Ants are also surprisingly intelligent in their own way. They communicate using chemicals called pheromones. If an ant finds food, it leaves a chemical trail so others can follow it. Soon, a single crumb on the ground turns into a massive parade of ants, all marching in perfect lines, carrying away pieces far larger than themselves. It looks almost like an army on the move. Speaking of armies, some ants really do go to war. Army ants, for example, don't build permanent nests. Instead, they move in giant swarms, attacking anything in their path. Other species raid neighboring colonies, stealing food, and sometimes even kidnapping ants to use them as slaves. Yes, you heard that right. Certain ants enslave other ants, forcing them to work for their colony. It's both terrifying and fascinating at the same time. Ants are also farmers. Leafcutter ants found in Central and South America are famous for cutting pieces of leaves and carrying them back to their nests. But they don't eat the leaves directly. Instead, they use the leaves to grow a special fungus, a fungus that is their only source of food. In a way, these ants discovered agriculture millions of years before humans ever did. Then there are the weaver ants, which build nests by stitching leaves together using silk produced by their larvae. Imagine thousands of ants working together, pulling and tying leaves like expert engineers. Their homes look like something out of science fiction, but they're entirely natural. Even more fascinating, ants can sometimes form living bridges and rafts with their own bodies. When they need to cross gaps or survive floods, they lock their legs together, creating a chain of living ants that others can walk across or float on. This level of teamwork is almost beyond imagination. And yet, despite their tiny size, ants can have an enormous impact on the environment around them. They help spread seeds, improve soil health, and recycle nutrients. Some plants even rely completely on ants for survival, offering nectar in exchange for protection against predators. Without ants, many ecosystems would simply collapse. So the next time you see an ant crawling on the ground, remember, it's not just a small insect. It's part of a massive ancient society, one that has been thriving for over 100 million years, long before humans ever appeared on Earth. Ants may be tiny, but their world is vast, complex, and mysterious. And perhaps hidden in their tiny footsteps lies a reflection of our own civilization.